Hey guys, my name is AllieJones and I moved. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this pretty cool toned fall look. I feel like you can wear this with almost any lip color. You can wear it with a nice nude, a nice purple, a black lip if you want to. I didn't intend for this to be super cool toned like it is, but I'm here for it. Trust me, boo. I did get a background up today, which I'm super happy about. And Eli and I, we are, like I said, we did move and we are in our new place and I am absolutely obsessed. A lot of new things happened in the past couple of months. So yeah, I'm really happy and excited and I can't wait to get up good content for you guys. I know it's been a while, but like I said, we were in the middle of the move. We're finally here and I'm back to get into recording and filming and posting for you guys more frequently. But nonetheless, let me quit talking. Oh my gosh, where did that accent come from? Let me stop talking and let's get into the tutorial. I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Origins Original Skin Primer. This is that foam one that I used to use a few months back, but I truly do like this. It's just been pushed away in the back of my makeup drawers, so it's really cooling and it does a really great job at mattifying your pores and filling them in. A little bit of this does go a long way, as I'm starting to remember now. I'm gonna rub that into my T-zone and on my cheeks as well, because that's where I do have larger pores, and then the center of my forehead as well. For foundation today, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline 24 Hour Foundation, and the shade that I am in is in Golden, and the shade is, I think, a little tan for me right now, but I am going to go in with concealer and contour and stuff to try and make it my shade. I just really wanted to use this foundation and I haven't went out to buy like my winter shade, if you will. So I'm just gonna use this for now, but you could totally pump that on the back of your hand, which is normally what I usually do, but I want to be a little cleaner, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of pump that all over my face. For foundation today, I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Blender and then start at the center of my face. I usually like to start on my nose and push whatever I pumped out on my nose and then start working outwards. I like doing this because it evenly distributes the product onto my entire face. I don't know why I don't use this foundation a lot more, because it is really nice. It has such great coverage and I believe the shade selection is great, but don't quote me on that. I'm gonna go in and color correct underneath my eyes, and I am once again taking another Maybelline product, and this is the Master Camo by Face Studio Crayon in Apricot, and this is the orangey shade. I do have very severe dark circles, I feel, so this definitely does help with concealing and stuff like that, because I felt like in the past when I was doing concealer and powder and all that stuff, you could still kind of see the darkness under my eyes, like there was still a slight shadow or tint of darkness, and by doing this lately, I find that my concealer under my eyes looks much better and brighter, which is great. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with my beloved Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to take two shades. I'm going to take medium first, and that's going to be underneath a majority of my under eyes first. Just going to take some of that. And then kind of making an upside down triangle to help lift and brighten. And I'm also going to take that on the center of the forehead and down the bridge of the nose. And then With the shade Light, I'm gonna go in, right? No, with the shade Light Medium. Light would be way too light. With the shade Light Medium, I'm just gonna put a little bit of that for some extra brightness. I've been into a really bright look lately, so doing that with this extra light shade, not even extra light, this is usually my shade when I'm super duper, not pale because I don't think I'm a pale person, but when I am full on in the winter, I usually use the shade Light Medium. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my Beauty Blender. Following the shape of that triangle, first I'm going to kind of rock my Beauty Blender underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to bring that down. This is my favorite concealer because of the coverage and because of how easy it is to use and kind of manipulate and maneuver around the face. You don't have to use a lot of pressure or any crazy techniques to get this concealer to work, which is why I continue to use it. So because I can still see a little bit of that apricot concealer, I'm going to go in with the shade Light Medium, and I'm going to use that to brighten the inner corner of my eyes. And then with whatever concealer that is left on my Beauty Blender, I'm going to start concealing as well as prepping my eyelids for eyeshadows. I'm just lightly bringing that onto the eyelid, like I said, to start priming the eyes. I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Match Stick in Truffle, and I'm taking a Morphe Duo Fiber brush, and I'm just going to swirl the brush on the tip of that product. And I am going to start contouring. I'm first going to stamp it on. Just follow the top of my ear going down. And I've recently stopped kind of sweeping my cream contour. That's usually something that I used to do, but I find that when I stamp it, it gives me a more like defined, chiseled look. However, when I get a little closer to the corner of my mouth, I will start to kind of brush a little bit just to soften that up. And around the edges. You can totally see with this product, because it is very, very pigmented, you can see where the product kind of starts and ends, but doing this little technique, it'll kind of help buff it in a little bit more and make it look a lot more skin-like and natural, because we're going for a real natural look, you know? I'm gonna go in and set my face. I'm taking first the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and I'm just going to put that in the cap. And I'm going to take my Beauty Blender first before I set anything, and I am going to blend out any creasing that may have occurred while I was doing my other makeup steps. I'm literally just going to press my powder into press my Beauty Blender into the powder. And I'm just going to set my face, first starting with underneath my eyes. I'm going to take that on my chin as well, and the center of my forehead. I'm going to set the rest of my face with my Makeup Forever Pro Finish Multi-Use Powder Foundation. I'm gonna take this here on a Real Techniques multitasking brush. Now whenever I set my face, I don't like to swirl or buff on my face. I like to just go in and stamp in the powder like so. And then I will literally do the same motion on my face. So just press and stamp, making sure that I'm setting everything and I'm not moving any creams around. But when I get to the areas where I already set it, I will go ahead and kind of do a sweeping motion, just because that area of my face is already set, and I know for a fact, because I pressed powder on my face, that that is not going to budge whatsoever. I'm going to go in and powder contour with my beloved Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. I am going to take that on a Morphe 5 to 7, and I'm gonna open them up. And I know I've explained this in a previous video, but in case you missed it, one of my tips or tricks that I like to use when contouring my face is that whenever I wash this brush or any brush that I use to contour or bronze my face, I like to dry it standing a certain way. So I usually dry my brushes standing straight down so that the bristles are kind of being dried slanted a little bit. Because after, once the brush is dried, it will stay that way for a little while. So whenever I go in and press my brush into the bronzer is only going to go onto the brush on the slant that I dried my brush at. So you see the slant is kind of going this way. So what I will do is I will flip it upside down, and then I will place it on my face and then start to sweep that onto my face. The reason why I like to do this and the reason why I think it works is because whenever you're applying contour, and I've noticed it with some people on YouTube or just Instagram videos and stuff, whenever people do their contour goes where they want it to go, but then sometimes the contour does fall down or go in different places where you don't want it to necessarily go. One thing that you can do though to correct that or to ensure that you don't have like a beard or anything is you can go back in with your translucent powder and kind of clean it up. However, just if you don't want to do too many extra steps, you can always just contour using this little trick with the slanted brush bristles or do the same thing and then clean it up. I do both because I don't mind. I like it to look extra crisp and extra put together, so I don't mind it too much, but that is something that I do, and it definitely helps like with my bronzer application. So just something that I like to do. The blush that I'm using is one that I used to use all of the time here on my channel. I don't know if they've reformulated, but it is definitely in like some new packaging. This is by Wet n Wild, and this is in the blush Mellow Wine. This is a blush that I used to use all the time. It is very, very similar to my favorite blush by MAC called Hush Toned. Wet n Wild definitely does have some bomb.com blushes, so I definitely do recommend them, and I believe they're all under like $5, so that's not bad at all. But I'm taking this on a BH Cosmetics 109 brush. This is a large duo fiber brush. I like to use a lot of duo fiber brushes in my makeup routine because even though it looks like they're picking up a lot of product, which they are, they definitely distribute product the most evenly and flawlessly. So I just went ahead and dipped my brush in a couple of times and then tap off the excess. And the one thing I like to do when I do my blush is I will literally take my brush back in kind of the cap of the blush, and I'll press the blush into the bristles a little bit more. And that way I don't have to keep going back and forth into my blush, and I'm not getting as much pigment as if I were to like go like that and then go directly on my face. And I first like to stamp, and then I will go and sweep. And as you can see, like it's just applying so beautifully and evenly. It doesn't look patchy or blotchy or anything. I'm gonna go in with my MAC highlighter. I'm not gonna tip it over or anything because mine is definitely cracked, but this is in Oh Darling. I'm just gonna take my Morphe M501, and I'm gonna start at the top of my cheekbone, and I'm gonna stamp that first, rocking my face back and forth, and then I'm gonna start sweeping my brush in circular small motions. And then I'm gonna go into the product again and go on top of the brow or my forehead, and then I'm gonna bring that down on my temple. It's gonna create a C shape around my whole eye, And then later on we will go in and highlight the brow bone and kind of pull this whole eye area together. And then I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the bridge of my nose. And then the tip of the nose as well. I'm gonna go off of camera and fill in my eyebrows. I recently said that I'm gonna do a brow tutorial using the Benefit, their new like 90s looking pin brow pencil thing. However, I did recently get the iconic London, what is this, Sculpt and Boost eyebrow cushion. I really love this, so I think in my next brow tutorial, which is hopefully, finger crossed, will be my next video, I'm going to do one brow using this product and then the other brow using the new Benefit brow product. So I'm going to go off camera and do that, and I'll be right back with the eyes. Unfortunately, today I'm not going to do any crazy eyeshadow looks just because I want this look to be kind of an everyday fall look where you can switch up the lip and it'll look bomb every single time. So today I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry eyeshadow palette. I'm first going to go in and set my lids. I am going to use a Tarte flat eyeshadow brush. I don't know exactly what this is called, but it is just a Tarte flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade Birch, which is this little guy right here. And I am going to take that shade and start pressing it onto my eyelids. And I'm not going above the crease at all with this. I'm strictly staying on the eyelids. I'm first going to set that down. I'm going to go in to, what shade am I going to go into? I'm first going to go into this shade right here. Hopefully I am in the camera. I'm going to go into the shade here. And Dystopian, I believe. Dystopian, yeah. I'm going to go into that shade first, and I am going to first press that into the crease. Let me go with the smaller brush. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm grabbing a Lexi 229, and I'm first gonna stamp that on, and then I'm gonna blend that out with that first brush we grabbed. And I'm not dipping back into the product, I'm just blending that out. Now I'm going to take the shade Cinder, which is this bottom corner, and I'm going to press that onto my eyelids. So pretty. I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs, where is it? My Marc Jacobs, what are these called? It's the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon, and I think this is just in the shade Black. And I am going to take that across my lower lash line. And with the shade Birch and Dystopian, I am going to smudge that across my lower lash line. So now I am going to do my lip real quickly, and then I'm going to put some mascara and lashes on off of camera just because that takes me hecka long. So for my lip today, where is she? I am, of course, going to be using, hello, I'm just going to go in with the MAC Nightingale lip liner and just going to line my lips a little. Right on top of that, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lips in Trust Issue. So pretty. So this is what the completed look is. I really like the way it came out. I didn't think it was going to be as cool toned as this, but I really like it. This is definitely something that you might want to wear, I don't know, for Halloween, like a Halloween party, or anytime for that matter. It is just very cool toned and vampy, and I am here for it. I know that when you think of fall, you don't think of like cool tones, you think of like stupid pumpkin spice and oranges and reds and yellows and colors like that, but if you want to be a little different, go ahead and throw on some cool toned eyeshadow with a purple lip and you will definitely look bomb.com. But I really like the look. Like I said, I did go ahead and pop on some Queen Bee lashes by Coco Lashes, which are really some of my favorites right now. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm kind of feeling myself. If you guys enjoyed this video and cannot get enough of me, then please do not forget to hit the thumbs up button down below, as well as giving me a good old subscription increase by hitting the subscribe button as well, just so I know that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram so we can become the best of friends. I will leave all of that listed down below, as well as the products that I used down below. I know that I said on my previous video that I was going to list everything down below and I didn't get a chance to, just because Eli and I, we moved and we were in the middle of moving and packing and all that good stuff. So we are in our new place. I do have a background. I don't know if you guys noticed. There is a nice, pretty background there. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Peace out.